Playing this commander will kill you. Literally. Phage the Untouchable is a 7-mana 4/4 with one incredibly stupid line of text. Play me from the command zone, you lose. That's it. That's the rule. Cast your own commander, you kill yourself, not the table. And so why would anyone willingly play her? Well, it might be because of this other line of text. That's right, Phage is the OG one-punch woman. If she touches a player even once, they are dead. They lose the game.
Can't touch this. You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
Attention Magic players.
It's Kushman, and today I'm bringing you my $150 budget Bracket 2 Phage deck that's actually playable. It can even farm some Phage kills, sometimes. This deck is a mono black control shell that ramps hard, controls the board, and lines up surgical one-shot kills with Phage. I chose Bracket 2 because it's the only realistic bracket where a commander that literally says you lose can still function. And I play mostly on Spell Table, where Bracket 3 and above decks are, let's call them optimized to put it politely. So because it's going to be a Bracket 2 list, I intentionally did not include Soul Ring, Cabal Coffers, or Nykthos. Not because they're bad, you degenerates, but because they're too powerful for this bracket. If you did want to spice it up a little bit and try a higher powered bracket, I do have a considering section at the bottom of my Mox Field deck list with all the upgrades that you'd expect. All right, and with those disclaimers out of the way, let's get into the deck list. First, we have our Phage package. These are cards that let us play Phage and give her some protection. We have Command Beacon, which puts her in the hand. Campfire, the same thing. And then Netherborn Altar. All three do kind of the same thing. Torpor Orb stops Phage's ETB, so you can cast her straight from the command zone. Sundial the Infinite, you can activate this in response to Phage's ETB trigger and end the turn, so you won't lose. And then Platinum Angel is just another way to cast Phage, a more expensive Torpor Orb. Next, we have some protection. Lightning Greaves will give Phage haste and Shroud. Whisper Silk Cloak will give Shroud and Unblockable to get those kills. And then Imp's Mischief is going to allow us to change the target of a spell. And so this is very useful when you try and play Phage and someone wants to blow up your Sundial the Infinite or Torpor Orb in response. That way you won't lose. Next is a cute card called Endless Whispers. This is a way to kill people with Phage. If Phage is on your field and she dies, you can put it onto someone else's battlefield and the ETB will cause them to lose. Very cute. Next up, we have everyone's favorite, Ramp. This deck is mana intensive and we don't have access to Coffers or Nykthos, so a third of this deck is dedicated to generating big mana. Starting off, we have Wayfarer's Bauble and the rest of the mana rocks. Solar Transformer, Fellwar Stone, Mind Stone, Ebb and Fly. This one's actually cute. You can tap 4 to attack in there and give Phage flying, just another way to get evasion. Guardian Idol, just a creature. Thought Vessel in case we ever draw too many cards. Arcane Signet, Cold Steel Heart. Jet Medallion, fantastic in a mono black deck. The Iron Crag, and Everflowing Chalice. Here are going to be our mana doublers. We've got Crick Ghast, Nirkana Revenant, Gauntlet of Power, and Cage Sun. And then finally, just our one-off rampers. We have Dark Ritual, just a way to power out something quick and early. The Darkness Crystal, another Jet Medallion, however this one can gain us a bunch of life. And Kirk, Son of Yawgmoth. While he's not very much of a ramper, he can allow us to play a lot of broken spells quickly, and then also that lifelink does add up. Moving on to the tutors. We want to make sure that we get the cards we need, whether it's to play Phage or destroy a problem permanent. So we're playing these 5 tutors. Baragoth, a 3-mana 2/3 Death Touch. Whenever he attacks, we can pay 2 to go tutor something to the top of our deck. Nice to have a reusable tutor. Profane Tutor is a fixed demonic tutor with Suspend 2. Another fixed demonic tutor, we have Dark Petition. It costs 5 mana on the front end, but then if you have Spell Mastery, it gives you 3 mana once it resolves. Beseech the Queen, everyone's favorite hybrid problem right now. Just a cheap tutor that lets us get the cards that we need to play Phage. Same thing with Shred Memory. While this is graveyard hate, we usually want to use its transmutability to go grab something like Sundial or Netherborn Altar that allows us to play Phage. And to add to those tutors, here are some cards that provide us card advantage so that we can keep that gas going. Sign in Blood, a simple 2 mana draw 2, lose 2. Very good value in black. Same thing with Knight's Whisper. Phyrexian Arena, one of the most iconic mono black cards, just lets you draw an additional card in every upkeep. Necro Dominance, the fixed version of Necropotence. We want to play this because we want to draw cards, play them all, and keep doing it. Dread Presence is a 4-mana 3/3 creature, but the main thing is that whenever we play a swamp, we can draw a card and lose a life. It also deals damage, but we're going to want to draw the cards. And Ancient Craving, a very mediocre draw spell, but just something that we want over something like Greed that costs a lot of life in the long run. Moving on to Black's favorite section, Removal, and we play a lot of it. We have 5 Edict effects and 7 targeted removal. Starting off with targeted removal, we have Infernal Grasp, Bitter Triumph to hit Planeswalkers as well, and then Feed the Swarm to get enchantments, Archenemy's Charm to do whatever we want. Agra Mauling is just a land removal spell. Liliana of the Dark Realm, while she is going to search you up swamps, she is also a removal spell. She doesn't tend to stick around that long, so if you can get a couple swamps and kill something, that's not bad value. And Summon Primal Odin. He does a lot of things, but he enters to destroy something, he can draw you 2 cards, and then you can also kill someone with him as well. As for the Edict effects, we have Innocent Blood, Myra Misery, which also hits enchantments, Liliana's Triumph, which we do have Liliana Planeswalkers, Sheoldred's Edict, and then Professor Onyx. Now, Professor Onyx is an Edict effect, but she also has a lot more going on. She has Magecraft. Whenever we cast her copy, an instant or sorcery, each opponent loses 2, we gain 2, which is great in this deck. Its +1 is a draw ability. We look at the top 3, put 1 in our hand, rest in the graveyard. And then its -3 is going to make each opponent sacrifice a creature with the greatest power. Now for the board sweeps. We play 6 board sweeps of varying sizes just to make sure that we can control the board how we need to. Starting off with Toxic Deluge, one of the best black mass removal spells, only 3 mana and can pretty much kill everything. Mutilate, since we are playing a mono black deck, we play a lot of swamps, so this is a solid 4 mana destroy all creatures. Villainous Wrath can heavily punish people who are going wide. Massacre Worm, same thing. Decree of Pain is going to draw us a bunch of cards. We normally don't want to cycle it. And then Angaric's Wake, in case we need to clear the board and make sure Phage can get in there to knock out a problem player. And here's a miscellaneous section. They don't really fit in other sections, but do provide value to the deck. Phyrexian Reclamation lets us buy back our powerful creatures and is another way to get Phage out. If we get her out and then she dies, instead of sending her back to the command zone, we can put her in the graveyard. No Mercy is just protection to make sure people don't want to attack us, because whenever a creature deals combat damage to us, destroy that creature. Polluted Bonds is a way to gain some life and whittle down our opponents. Whenever a land enters the battlefield, that player loses 2 and you gain 2. Grey Merchant is a win condition and also gets us life if we're paying too much of it. Grey Merchant drains X and you gain X, where X is your devotion. And same thing with Exsanguinate. We do generate a lot of mana, so just another way to stay in the game or potentially kill someone. And finally, the lands. We play a total of 37, 29 of which being basics. A lot of our cards do revolve around basic swamps, so we want to make sure that we have as many as possible. Rogue's Passage gives Phage unblockable, setting up a free kill. Buried Ruin lets us buy back one of our artifacts that we can play Phage with. High Market is a protection land. It's a way to make sure that no one can flicker our Phage and make us lose. Castle Lochwain is just another way to draw. You can tap 3, draw a card, lose life equal to the number of cards in your hand. Cabal Stronghold is one of the best lands in the deck. It's our closest thing to Cabal Coffers. It's not amazing, but it can lead to some pretty broken plays. Bogart Trawler is just another graveyard hate spell that we can play as a land. And one last thing to note. Phage the Untouchable is a single-sided card. There is no backside on her. That means when you kill someone, you have the perfect place to track your stats. And that's the deck, a funny meme that can actually win. If you like this video or my dank memes, touche that like button and subscribe for more magic. Every interaction helps me and it makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Unlike my opponents, who feel nothing once Phage touches them.